Hey guys, welcome to Evolving Spiritually. My name is Kayla, and if this is your first time checking out my channel, hello and welcome. If you guys are returning, what's up? We are here for another intuitive therapy session where I use my intuition and the cards to go beneath the surface to figure out what's going on energetically, but also help you find ways and solutions to move forward. So if you would like to check out more content from me, you can head over to patreon.com/evolving into more. Over there, I upload 2 to 3 readings per week. If you guys would like to book a personal session, you can go to evolvingintomore.com. Getting into today's session, for my newbies, we have a self-focus section where we have keywords. Today, we are working with the 2. We will go through trigger statements and follow them up with a message before we get into anyone and everyone else's energy. All right. So today's first keyword is balance. And balance has the trigger statement of no one understands me. While the true statement says, I ask for what I need. The message behind balance says, from a place of love, you need to stand up and speak your truth. What you wish for is what the universe wishes for you. So, what you've been praying for, what you've been asking God about, those tough nights and battles and struggles and traumas that you went through in the past, where you felt like you did not get the justice that you deserved, don't think that God was not listening. Don't think that God was not there, right? Everything that you've gone through up until this point in your life has been purposeful. And within these next few weeks and these next few months, a lot of things are going to start unfolding. And you're really going to be able to put the pieces of the puzzle back together and realize why things had to take the time that they did. Ultimately, we all learned a heavy lesson of patience and realizing that, again, an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind, right? As Janae Aiko says. And in this sense, you have allowed karma to play its part. And you may have been waiting and wondering when things were going to turn around and shift in your life. And it's happening now. And so balance brings in this energy of understanding that maybe when you spoke up before, no one cared to listen. But this time around, people have, you have their full attention. Right? I gotta flow. Y'all know I can't help it, but it's kind of corny at times. But seriously, like, all eyes are on you in this moment. And there have been people, I don't even think that you even care to value these people, but there have been people in the in-between phases of your life that has not truly come against you, but they have not supported you and been for you. And those are the main people now that are sitting back in your life, observing what they've been told, what they almost fed into and believed, versus what has truly been shown. When you are living life authentically, you will always hold on to innocence, right? What is not real cannot grow. But what is real, it can grow, and your growth is here. And so balance brings in this place of knowing that times, that energy, it has shifted. So what people tried to shut you up before and put you down for and try to crumble your cookie for, oh, you're going to be looked at and seen in a completely different way. But that is balance. You had to go through the darkness in order to see the light. But now that you are in this light, per se, you are finding more balance, you're finding more groundedness and understanding of not only the people and the things that you were dealing with in the past, but who you are right now in this moment, where you're going. And for a lot of you, it's where you come from. So balance brings in everything. This is praying, this is speaking, this is communicating to yourself, to, God, to everyone else in your life. You put out what you need and you let everyone and everything else show you if they're capable of playing a part in that, or if they just fall too short. And if they fall short, it's not putting them down. It's just leaving them where they're at and letting them figure it out. I think a lot of our problems in our lives, and specifically within our past, was helping people who did not want to help themselves. And then those same people turned around to then judge you, put you down, and make you unpleased with yourself when they are not even pleased with themselves. Please commit to yourself that you're not going to allow anything or anyone outside of you to come into your foundation and throw things off balance. You work too hard to get where you are right now, and you work too hard to talk yourself out of continuing to move forward. So, balance brings us into our second and last keyword of liberated. I'm telling you, it gets better. But not if you give up, not if you stop. You're going to be stuck where you are. And if you're not satisfied where you are, baby, you got to keep going. So the trigger statement for liberated says, what happens next? What happens next, Kayla? I don't know. I don't know. The true statement is I am divinely connected. That's all you can be. All you can do is listen to you. Listen to your intuition. Listen to which way you're being pulled and guided. Because that's where your true freedom and innocence lies. It's within. And because you've been listening to yourself and following yourself and honoring yourself and respecting yourself, you've led yourself to a peace, to a joy, to a happiness, to a fulfillment, to an essence that people are now very much attracted to. So within balance and liberated, you got to be very careful when it comes to you and who you let around and attach to you. Okay? So the message for liberated says, please remember that you never walk alone. There are some real ones out here, and there are some real phony ones out here. And it's up to you to know within how to decipher, because some people can really pull it off and some people they can't. But even when a fool is thinking they're fooling someone, they're only fooling themselves. Like, I don't know why people don't understand that. You lie, you cheat, you're doing that to yourself. And that's just the part of life that you just have to play out. Person may not realize what they've misvalued in that moment. Let them go through life. Let them experience some things. God's always going to teach people the things that they put out. All right. So we're going to go into these cards and see what's going on there. And yeah. All right. So let's see what's going on with these grand old cards, and we're gonna get into this reading. We didn't stay too long on our keywords, so I'm pretty curious to see what this message is all about. All right, here we go. All right, I feel like you're stuck in your head about something, maybe going back and forth, trying to reanalyze maybe the past or some sort of situation where you felt like restricted. And I'm saying this because I was sitting on my patio last night, and because we're in a high rise, it's how the patio is like gated. It made me feel like I was imprisoned, right? But I then decided to change my mindset and perspective on that, because again, it's freedom is within your mind, right? And I then started to look at the gate, or I don't know the railing, as protection. Right? So there may have been a situation or something that you went through in your life, and you feel like it completely restricted you, held you back, and put you in this place of being, I don't know, highly supervised, or there was a lot of like attention drawn to you because of the situation or this person, right? Now, again, you could see here, this railing could be to keep us in, or it could be to protect us from what is out there that we may not even be aware of, right? So in the sense of me sitting on my patio, that railing is there to keep me from falling, off of it in the middle of nowhere, So it's starting to shift your perspective, mainly about the things that you've experienced and gone through. And during those times is not discrediting the hurt, the pain, the sadness, all the low moments. It's not just like acting as if that didn't exist. It's acknowledging that, but also realizing where it has brought you to today. And that's why I brought up the vlogs in the beginning of this reading, because I have not went back and watched those vlogs until the other day. And it really reinforced within myself that I always know, as long as I trust within myself. From the beginning to the end, I was speaking into existence what my life was already forming into and is now currently, right? And that's even me being drawn to Maryland and not even realizing that 3 months later I would meet my wife, who is from Maryland. And I didn't end up staying in Maryland, but God brought Maryland to me, And it's just like, I literally was like, I feel this like heavy pull to Maryland. And I'm bringing that up because, again, when you go back and you reanalyze your past and the things that you've thought and felt, this present moment is going to prove to you that you knew a lot more than you gave yourself credit for. And I think it's coming in as a reassurance to let you know to not doubt or underestimate what you know and you feel within. You have to know yourself and understand your power. But if you don't trust your power, how can you stand in it? Okay? It's looking into that. And whatever these thoughts, these feelings that you keep playing over and over in your mind, it's starting to get a grip on it. And I know I say it so like bluntly, but in this sense, I meant like understanding and always keeping it in the forefront of your mind that you are the master of your mind. Your mind does not master you. You cannot allow your mind to restrict you, limit you. You know what I'm trying to say, right? You can't let it hold you back and put you into fear and insecurity, because the mind has a lot of ego in it. And if you give too much into your ego, it'll keep you stuck. Okay? And ego comes in many forms, but ego is that voice that battles you and tells you that you're not good enough. Who are you to think that you can do that and accomplish that? And you push back and you say, I'm everything. And you prove that to yourself. Forget trying to prove it to anyone else. Prove it to yourself. Because when you do things for yourself and it's rooted within you, the only thing that it can do is grow, because you're watering your own garden. People over here trying to water other people's garden and fucking over-watering it. Tend to your own. And it's going to grow properly, because only you know what you need. You can't go watering other people's plants. You don't know what they need. You don't know what God put within the formula of who they are. Only they do. Only you know you. So don't allow anything and anyone outside of you to come within and conflict you, okay? Or play mind games, because really this is what I'm feeling like. Somebody want to come in and play mind games. And if you're sitting here feeling like you're going to fall for the okie doke like you did in the past, you're putting that energy out there. No, you're much wiser. You're much smarter. And you know how to handle things with grace. And just as kindness kills, grace puts people in a place of just being stuck. Because I feel like a lot of people from your past did things and they wanted and expected and were trying to bring out ugliness within you, like darkness, like pulling out things that ultimately are not who you are. That's why they never got it, right? I've had people say some of the most hateful things to me. And it's like, well, you're not going to get that same hate back, because I don't feel like that. And just because emotionally we're not in a good place, I'm not about to sit here and try to tear you down, and that's what people are left with at the end of the day, because you did not go be an eye for an eye or give them back what they gave you. A lot of people are stuck because they do things and they go to limits like that because they want ugliness out of you. They want that same energy back. But you gotta politely remind people, I'm not you. I'm not nothing like you. I won't ever be you, and you won't ever make me become you. I'm a person who loves. I love love. And if you don't like love, then leave me alone, right? Then go be in your loveless world. But my world is full of love, So I'm only giving and valuing people who reflect that. And I've made a decision, anybody that does not reflect that can go kick rocks, because you're not even going to exist in my reality anymore. And that's what you have to start doing with yourself. It's either something you resonate with, you rock with, and it reflects you, or it's not. And that simply comes down to a choice. You don't have to choose things that don't reflect who you are, who you're becoming, and where you're going. You don't have to stay stuck in a past shadow. If a person wants to keep bringing it up, leave their ass back there and let them keep talking about it while you skadoodle on forward. And while they still try to bring up your past and push narratives to people, you're going to be living proof of growth, of health, of self-improvement. And you know what happens after that, because you can see what it's done now. Those people are left with nothing but what they put out. And everyone else who played a part in watching will then get to see, again, how everything unfolds. And the message is not about caring about other people. It's about understanding that you don't have to go through loops and holes to prove yourself. Because just by truly, authentically living and being who you are, the truth will always be known. All right? So overall energy, we have the Page of Wands, and I feel like in our last reading we had some page energy, but this is new things, new people, but a new energy coming within to motivate you to start moving towards things that truly bring color into your life, truly light up your day. Okay. And the page is always like a baby step. So this is starting small with something and letting yourself grow and evolve into it. I feel like in our last reading, we spoke about you starting something, and before you know it, it's going to end up way bigger and larger than you could have imagined. And I used the example of getting hired at a job at a hotel, and you start off as front desk, and then you within 2 months get promoted to front desk manager. You know, it's like something that you were just committed to and consistent at, and before you knew it, it took off. So this Page of Wands is asking you to be open to new things, to new ways of working with whatever it is that you do, with energy, with your mind, with your faith, you know, with things in general, your career, your hobbies, how you interact or communicate. It's finding new ways to express yourself, and then not being afraid to not be perfect at it either, you know? And I think that that's where a lot of us get stuck, because we want to try something new, but we want to be amazing at it from the beginning, and that's not necessarily going to happen every time. And it's just a reminder that consistency brings growth. So it's going through those challenges and pushing yourself, because at the end of it, you will be able to see how much you've grown within something. In 2021, I decided to start pole dancing. I always wanted to pole dance since high school, but grew up in an environment where that was like totally not acceptable. And I would say 21 was the year I started stepping more into like my don't really care what people think energy. And I decided to buy a pole, and I taught myself, and I poled every single day for a year. And by the end of the year, I was on an advanced level, and this is something that I've continued to carry into my life now, and has brought me more opportunities than I had even imagined. I was really just doing it because it was something I've always wanted to do. Though my main purpose, my main path, my main passion is dance. To put it on the pole and flow is pretty amazing. So you never know how much you can grow, evolve, and really be able to, I don't know, take a hold of something and make it yours. Okay, so this Page of Wands again is encouraging you to take that first step into something new. We have in the past, we have the Nine of Swords. So again, this is that mind gunk that we were just speaking on. And this is really understanding how your energy is so addictive. It's something that some people really don't even understand themselves, right? And I think that's what causes a lot of jealousy and enviness, like people not really understanding that you reflecting authenticity is really what they are seeing, and it's triggering them in a way. And a lot of people just hide behind masks. And I'm not saying that everybody in this world is like super fake and not who they're presenting themselves, but in a sense I am, because a lot of people don't speak on their downfalls. They don't speak on, the hard moments that brought them to where they are. A lot of people want to hold on to that and hide it, and then it ends up eating them from the inside out. And maybe in the past with you held on to a situation or a person that was really taking advantage of you, that was really playing mind games with you in a way that left you feeling insecure within, that left you feeling confused or mentally unstable in some kind of way. We also have to acknowledge here that with the 9 of Swords, this is someone that you were dealing with, or a situation that you were dealing with in the past where there was witchcraft involved. There was some sort of black magic here in order to keep you stuck in a cycle of depression, of feeling mental exhaustion. But this is night terrors. This is like someone who is wanting to put you in a dark place mentally and just make you feel stuck. And that's what I was saying with the railing example. All of this, like, you can look at it, and you chose to look at it in a different way, which is why you were able to move out of all the roadblocks and things that people set for you, because you know how to transmute energy in such a beautiful, elegant, graceful way that it's as if people who set those traps didn't even realize that they were aiding within your growth. And that's what I mean. You took the darkness and you transmuted it into light. And the people who wanted you to stay stuck in a very mentally conflicted place, ultimately not to see yourself, are now sitting here like, how? Why? How did they continue to grow and become softer and more loving and more this and more balanced and all of that? Because you always have a choice in how you want to see things. And again, those railings, those bars could have been locking you in, and those people thinking that's exactly where they wanted you, stuck right there. But you being stuck right there allowed you the space and the time to heal in the ways that you needed to, or to come to understandings about things that you needed to. And then you realize, you know what? Thank you for providing this cage or this place or this space that you blocked me into. Because once I figure out and realize that all I have to do is stand up and walk away from it, go in another direction. I was not locked into the patio. Now, yeah, I couldn't and I wouldn't jump off of the edge, but I'm going to go back in the sliding door and go in the house, and I'll go out my front door if I need to leave, it's that. But someone wanted you to feel like you was stuck, and the only way to move forward was to move forward. And it was like, no, someone wanted to block you. And it's like, baby, there's other ways to move forward, maybe I can't go straight ahead, but that doesn't mean I can't go this way and then go back around. And again, if you did not check out the last reading, I know my audio sucked and it was breaking and I was sweating like a hog, but it was a very strong message of that. Like, somebody wanting to just like block your show, block your pathway. And they obviously did not realize your faith and your foundation. And knowing that no matter what, if you truly desire it, you will find a way to it. So, what you're learning currently, Leo energy, strength, right? Leo's my rising sign. You guys always ask me about that. Leo is my rising, right? Hair's not that big today. This is first day here, but you see where I'm going? Okay. So, strength, confidence. That's why we went there. Confidence, it's beaming from you. People see it. Whether you trying to put it out or not, people can see this energy, this vibration, this essence that is radiating from you. So just because you can't see what is up ahead doesn't mean that people don't know where you're headed. right? It's like being in foreign territory. Just because I don't know what is 5 miles up ahead from here does not mean that the people that have been around here don't know that, right? Obviously they would. A lot of people have been stuck right where they are in life, but they've seen other people pass them. And when they recognize that you have that within you, it's trying to slow you down. It's trying to stop you from that. And the only way you can stop a person from movement, from consistency, from commitment to self is by messing with their confidence. And again, maybe in the past they were able to do that because it kept you in this place. But now that you've been able to see through some sort of illusion, it's like you think that I'm going to fall for that. You think that I'm going to take the weight, the guilt, and the burden of what you just spewed out because you don't like how something looks or you don't want it to be that way. No. And this keeps popping in my head, like as I'm talking. I just watched a video, and I watched it on YouTube, so I'll try to link it, but it came up on my For You page or whatever it's called, recommended. And basically this lady was posting this guy who was speaking on how to manipulate people, specifically healed people. Okay. And yeah, I personally believe that if anybody, this would work on your surface level spiritual person. You know how many people out here claiming to be spiritual, but really are not like in tune. It's like that. Like, I think they would fall for the okie doke, but people like us would definitely be able to see through someone's manipulative tactics, because you don't just talk about it, you be about it. I don't just talk about this, baby. I practice what I preach. I live it, and then I show it, share it, and let the world see. Because real, you don't have nothing to hide. It either is or it ain't. Shit is either cute or it's ugly. I'm either on point or I'm slacking. But you always going to see me dust shit off and get back up. You're always going to see me come up here and be confident, and it's authentic. Because I went through a lot to get to this place. I'm not afraid to admit that I have not always been this confident. So you best believe that now that I have gotten this confidence within me, I'm not letting up. And you shouldn't either. So people want to come in and try to play with your feelings. And I brought the video up because the guy was specifically saying, like, oh, you let them, basically be vulnerable with you. You let them tell you things as if they as if they know everything. And they'll tell you to meditate, and I'll pretend to meditate, and then I'll come back and tell them how amazing it was for me to meditate. Like, the bullshit. Again, if anyone is like, things is just, somebody wants to come back and bullshit you. That's why I'm bringing this up, okay? You're headed in a new direction, and somebody wants to come in and they want to pretend and act as if they can keep up. I say it all the time, and I will say it again. Like, you can't pull that fake surface shit with me. I can see straight through it. I'm not sure what people think when they look at spiritual people, especially like me. But if you think that my wife and I are sitting up here talking about superficial, surface level, Google-ful spiritual things, you're wrong. Like, when someone really is invested and committed to a certain lifestyle, mindset, or faith, there's depth within it, right? And again, I'm going to try to link it down below and let you see what I'm talking about. But his shit was so surface level of like, anyone that stays that empty and not deep lets you know that they really don't understand you. They really don't get you, because what he was doing in that video was mocking people. And the fact, like the woman said in the video, that this man is aware of, like, he's very much aware of what he's doing. He says it. But he doesn't want to change any better. He specifically goes on to say that he likes very unstable, emotionally unstable women, and weak. And it's just like, you prey on a certain type, and you have to be mindful with narcissists, because that's simply what it is. They look for people who appear to them on the surface as weak, because they truly just desire love and connection. But people like that, again, their karma is never going to be anything good, because that one person that you thought that you were going to play, you're actually going to fall deeply in love with. And they're not even going to be truly committed to you in that way. Because again, what you put out, you're going to get in return. And it's always going to be when you least expect it. It's always going to be in the moments where you're just on a high horse and have yet to realize that the energy that you've put out has been anything but healthy. So why would you expect anything good or of health to come to you? Only people like us should be able to look forward to healthy things, to happy things, to fulfilling things. And again, our past tried to make us feel like that's not possible. Our past tried to make us believe that evil is rewarded, that doing wrong is right. And no, that was during a time when everything was half-assed backwards. Time, energy has shifted. We're in a different place, a different space. A lot of people have been left in old timelines. And now that they can't reach the one that you're on, you're starting to see who people really are, because people are really starting to see who you are. And this goes so far back, like I said, from where you come from. And I'm not talking about your hometown where you were birthed in this lifetime. I'm talking about ancestrally. I'm talking about what is within your bloodline, in your genetics, in your DNA. I've been learning a lot about who I am. And that's what I'm saying. If you only knew. And some of you just need to really start looking into it, because there's a lot that you hold within that you're not even realizing that you have the ability to do. But I'm going to push the message just like it was pushed to me. A lot of things that you've been shown and seen within movies and TV shows, it's who you are. And I'm talking about the gifts and the powers and the things that catch your interest, but they're put in your face to manipulate you and make you feel like that's only possible in a movie or a show or on TV. No, it's you. But if you don't believe it, if you don't know within and trust, then no, it's not. And that's so funny here, because the strength card, she has her hands as she's praying. And I was going to tell you guys, my hands are very different. People always talk about my hands because my hands are not light inside. They're like the same color, right? And my hands stay very moisturized and very soft. Like I have sweaty palms, which sucks on the pole because I have a hard time staying. But anyways, my hands stay very soft, right? And I've learned that I have hands of fire, like playing with different elements. And when I was little, being in the church all the time, we would have prayer around the altar, right? And so everybody comes up and hold hands. And I used to always feel like I was helping the old man next to me heal. Like I don't know if he had arthritis or something, like I would make up these scenarios in my head. But now I'm trying to really figure out, maybe I wasn't making it up. Maybe I was really feeling it in that moment, but did not know what was going on. But everything within me told me that, like, I have healing hands. And a lot of us know what I'm talking about, especially maybe within the Black community, right? You go to certain people to do your hair or to cut your hair because they have those growing hands, right? That's what I'm saying. Y'all ask, like, what are you doing to grow your hair? Like, I wash it, I comb it, I braid it, done. Like I don't put no special products on it. I don't pay my hair any of the attention. Like I definitely love it, like I appreciate my hair, I value it, but I don't do anything. It's the energy. It's who I am. It's what's within me, right? And a lot of you are not realizing what is within you. It's not being afraid of that. You're not in a place where you need to be afraid of embracing yourself anymore. Because the people who are not truly embracing themselves, baby, they about to go through a hard time. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, for the people who've been playing around thinking that life's at their command. All right, so your courage and confidence to move forward is there. That's what you're learning right now. That's what you're seeing about yourself right now. You have plenty of reasons to hold yourself in your head high in this moment. And again, if people doubted you, underestimated, and didn't listen and wanted you to shut up in the past, they're going to be front row seat paying attention to you now. This is not your time to shy away. This is not your time to back away and back down and play yourself small. This is your moment. You take up your motherfucking space. Okay? And I mean that with everything in me. It is because you are someone who is supposed to be in powerful positions. And the only way you can get into this position is by the purity of your heart and your soul. We've seen what given power to people who move off of ego and pride. We see how that equals in nothing but destruction. But just like I always tell you guys, there's always a good side and a bad side to everything in this world. Money, everything can be used for good, can be used for bad. Manipulation, though some people don't like the sound of it, can be used for good or it can be used for bad. But it depends on what you're manipulating and how you're doing it. And that's what I mean. You have powers within you to manipulate energy, not to manipulate innocent people to get what you want, but in order to shift things in a way that keeps you in a place of confidence. And that's what I'm saying. When I say manipulation, people automatically think that I mean being strategic and going to do something for like an effect. No. If you want to manipulate energy, if you're used to showing up every day and showing yourself, and you decide today, I don't want to be seen, I'm not doing anything, that manipulates energy, because people have expectations to see you and they have an expectation of what they're going to see. But you manipulate energy by deciding to pull yourself away from that. And everything starts to shift and change. People think that it takes a lot in order to shift your reality and to shift your mindset. It takes you to take one step, to make one choice and commit to it. And then you're going to watch everything else shift around you. Okay? So this is, again, holding your head high and being confident. You manipulated energy because you were able to escape the lies and the traps that people tried to set on you and mentally keep you stuck in. And now people are mad. And now people are looking and feeling like you then bamboozled them. No, you didn't just stayed real. And if they couldn't see that from the past, then they're seeing it now. And whose fault is it now? Theirs. Tough titty baby ain't got no milk. You should have realized back then. That's what, you don't have to go proving yourself. I will never ever prove to anyone else ever again that I'm about love. That I'm not going to sit up here and wish and want bad on you. I'm not going to go out of my way and use my energy to wish harm on you. Like, what the? Why? Why? When I have my own self, my own life, my own family and foundation to focus on. But no, when people are over here so worried about, again, what you growing in your garden, that's what it results to. Took you long enough. All right. Of course, baby just walked in. All right. So what is up ahead is the star, Aquarius energy. That is you being seen in ways, again, that you were maybe desiring in the past. And I don't feel like you wanted anybody to sit you up on a pedestal, but I feel like you did want to be seen. You wanted to be heard and understood clearly. You wanted things to be illuminated. And when you showed yourself, when you voiced your truth, I feel like people shamed you. And again, that was all within whatever this dark energy was put out to do. It was meant to put you in a position of feeling hopeless and helpless, right? And using myself, because I always use myself as an example, because I'm always going to speak from what is real and what I know and what I've experienced. And proof on this channel, again, I talk about it all the time. 2 or 3 years ago, my channel crashed, it burned, it went downhill. And it happened because of my mindset. My thoughts overpowered my reality so much that it then became my reality. And I believe that I was invaluable. I believe that my messages had no purpose and no point. I believe that people didn't care. And that wasn't true. No, maybe not all 20,000 people that watched every video cared. But then it also let me know a lot of those people were just watching just because a lot of people were just following the trend at the time. And during those times, I made twin flame videos, but when it stopped and when I started focusing on self, I had to get real and also realize that I only want to rock with real people. And everybody in this world is not real. So for me to expect everyone and everything to just be for me, like me, was a reality I had to shatter, a perspective that I could no longer bring forward. I am very proud and, grateful to know that I am not for everyone, because I don't like everybody either. And it's a shame if people are looking at me as if I'm not supposed to be, human, and say that I don't like everything. I don't like everybody. But do I mess with them? Do I go out of my way to hurt people? No. Or tear them down? No, I don't pay them no mind. I don't give that any of my time and attention, because one thing I do know, there's somebody for everybody. There's a lot of people for everybody. If you find your people, if you find your place. And that's what I mean. I'm here to show up for the people that's just as real and reflective as me. I'm not here for people who are phony and don't want to be real with themselves. You go fight with yourself. Don't fight with me. Right? Because we about peace, love, and staying grounded up over here. So within this star card, again, this is you putting yourself back out there. My channel went down. I made how many videos on this channel and said that I quit? About 2 or 3. And I never quit. If anything, I started uploading even more every day. Right? But that still didn't do anything, because I still didn't work on the insecure part of myself. I still did not make myself feel like I was truly valuable. I was waiting for other people to come back around to validate that. Until one day I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. If I say some real shit and people try to twist it and manipulate it and turn it into something that it's not, then that's just on them. But I know my truth. I know my life. I know my reality. And I know what I'm about. And the only person and thing that I care about judging me at the end of the day is God. And the only humans' opinions that I truly care about at the end of the day is my daughter and my wife. And everything and everyone outside of that, thank you. It's like the whipped cream and the cherry on top of the milkshake. But you know, those people don't define what's in the actual milkshake. Whipped cream and cherries is just a topping. It could just make it a little more sweeter. But it's already good without it, And that's an example I gave when I first started this channel. But that's just the truth. Like, these people thought that you needed that whipped cream and that cherry that they brought. You don't. That don't make or break a milkshake. Okay? So, your sweetness has elevated even more. And again, that's what people wanted to take from you. That softness, that femininity, that gentleness that you have for yourself. They wanted you to be hard. They wanted you to hate yourself. They wanted you to feel how they feel about themselves, about you. And when they couldn't put that reality on you, man, that's a hard day for them. It's like, what did Drake say? My worst day is your best day. Like, that's these people. Like, they was sitting here watching all your downfalls, and they was high on their horse, and they was wrong for thinking that God wasn't sitting back and watching. Because just like God wants us to pull ourselves back and really see, how will these people be and act when you're not around? What are the things that they are saying and that they are doing when you're not present? And it took us to personally have to distance ourselves, whether we were forced to do it or whether we chose to do it, in order to see people and situations for what they truly were. And within that same breath, people had to sit back and see you too, because you have not been up in the mix with them. They've had to watch you from a distance. And as much as they thought they knew you up close, they had to learn you from far away. And guess what they realized? You're solid. And shit's the same, no matter if you're here, there, or everywhere. You're you. So there's no breaking that. You only can break fake and phony. You only can break something that is not built off true quality and value. We call it cheap. But you are so far from that. And again, once people realize the true quality of you, they then have to look at themselves and realize they can't afford it. Again, you can't be up around this. This is the same message we had in our last reading. That yes, I used a surface level materialistic example, but it's the realest way I can explain it. You are a Ferrari and a Maserati. Do you think that anybody can just walk up in those dealerships and buy one? You can look the part and you can act the part, but you're going to have to pay up at the end of the day. And if you can't afford it, you're going to have to turn around and get to stepping. And that's just that. People have their chances to value something before it gets like out of their hands or unaffordable per se. You should have valued a person before they had to go through X, Y, and Z to become this, that, and the next. No, if you would have just been committed and did right by a person in the moments that you counted them out, you could be there celebrating in the moments that matter now. But that's, again, I just said that, and that's half-assed backwards thinking too. Somebody thinks that these moments matter the most to you. The moments that really mattered was the journey of getting here. And again, if you was not a part of that, then baby, you don't understand the true success within this. And anybody who does not value where you've come from and where you are right now will try to destroy it. Right? It's like I used to say, like, I did not know the value of money because growing up, I pretty much got everything that I wanted or asked for. I didn't really ever ask for anything, but I was pretty privileged in the sense of getting whatever I asked for, wanted. Yeah, anything. Right? And specifically, it came down to cars. Like, my parents, they got me a few cars. And I remember I had a BMW and I did not appreciate it because I was driving over the little parking lot speed hump thing, in the parking lot, the bumper thing. And it messed up some sensors in my car. And because I, again, didn't know the value of money, I didn't care. I just wanted them to fix my car without realizing the amount to fix my BMW was the amount of like a cash car that I could just go and buy, something more reliable. And I really had an attitude about that one day, for a while, actually, because I ended up in a little ugly Betty. I called her Ugly Betty because she was ugly to me, and I didn't value things at that time. But growing up and having to do the shit on my own, I'm going to go get my oil changed. I'm going to make sure I wash my car. I'm going to make sure my car is clean because I knew then the effort and the energy that it took in order to even be able to afford a car on my own, right? It took me years. It took me maybe until I was like 25 or 26 to actually go buy my own car, and it was still something that I didn't even know how to handle. So a lot of people think that they know what to do with you or that they knew what to do with you, and they didn't. Because they look at you and they think that it's a walk in the park. They look at you and they think, oh, it's simple. This person is basic. It's easy. No, it's not. Again, if you don't go through the struggle, you will never know what it took to get here. And if you truly don't go through no struggle to get here, you're not going to value it in the way that you need to in order to continue growing it into something even more real, even more prosperous, even more healthy for yourself. A lot of people want to take shortcuts, and that's why when they get there, their ass is still not happy or satisfied, because you done skipped all the lessons that would have made it more valuable for you. Right? It wasn't until my car got repossessed that I realized how valuable a car was, and how I realized how valuable my parents placed me in their life at that time to go and work and make money to buy me the cars. Like, sometimes you just don't know until you are put in those circumstances yourself. And I'm saying that because I'm a mother now. We have a 9-year-old, and there's a lot of things that Kaylee just walk around this place thinking that she know like the back of her hand. And I don't know what kind of old ancient ancestor she is that then reincarnated as my child, but she's something else. And it's one of those things where her will is so strong that it's going to be, she's going to have to just go out in the world and realize and experience it. And it sucks because you want to be in mama, bear position and try to protect her from everything and put her, in the knowing and understanding. But some things you have to truly experience for yourself to grasp the depth around it. Right? I think it's easy to say, hey, if you get on that skateboard and you don't know how to balance, you're going to fall and bust your ass, but it's not until she, get on that board and go off with all confidence and then fall and she realized, okay, maybe I should learn how to balance first before I just take off. Some people in life, that's how it goes. And even for us, at some point in our life, we did have to try some shit out to realize, all right, this ain't it. But once we realize that ain't it, we ain't go back to doing it again, okay? So this is not that time to feel like you're going to go back and try something because it didn't work the last time, it ain't going to work this time, okay? Just because a little time has passed, that screw is still stubborn and it's not going to go into the wall, okay? So the star is success for you. It's recognition. And it's also getting the things that you truly deserve and you put the energy and effort into. So what's coming up or what's next is the star, is the attention, is the opportunity for you to push yourself from a page to a king. Okay? So what? Hey, I don't have my little post-it notes, so I don't really know my spread like that. Hold on. What you're leaving behind, what you're learning currently, what's up ahead, what's hidden? Is this what's hidden? Or what you have to look forward to? I feel like that's two of the same. Let's just go what's hidden, okay? Anyways, we can flow with it. It's an intuitive reading. So, what's hidden is the Knight of Pentacles. Those delays and things that you've experienced in your past, again, what you can't see, what you can't understand is that they were really working in your favor. That's what we talked about at the beginning of this reading. Those things were really working to move you forward. And I feel like I spoke on this in the last reading too, when I was saying that there were moments that I felt like justice needed to be served right then. But being in this place today, in this moment, I am grateful to God for taking control of my life and also guiding me to where I am right now, because those people that I wanted justice from 5 years ago definitely had not shown their true colors whatsoever up until now. And so the hole that they dug themselves into is something that they have to sit in and realize that they did all by themselves. And justice still gets served. I didn't have to lift a finger, break a sweat, or even have an attitude about it. So, those things that I thought were slowing me down and redirecting my life in such a unstable and destructive way really put me right on track. It's like I told you guys, you can go from being lost and confused one day to right up on it. Right up on track to where you're supposed to be. And then you're going to realize that confusion that you was in was an illusion. And I tell you guys all the time, illusion ain't nothing but rooted in the devil. Anytime anything becomes way too confusing, you're going to have to back up off of it. You're going to have to watch it from a distance and let it reveal its true colors and its true self to you. Because this is like the energy where somebody may be tussling with someone they teamed up to come against you, and then they want to come back and put you in the middle of it. No, you got to back up out of that, and you got to really see who's who. Because usually the first person to come running and telling is the person who's trying to avoid looking like who they really are. Now, this Knight of Pentacles is about delays. What is hidden is somebody want to come and delay you. But again, how they want to do it may not look like it on the surface. And that's why I will, remind me to link the YouTube video that I just saw about a narcissist guy, okay? Because I'm going to forget. But I brought it up too many times that I don't want to forget. So, bringing that back up, he knew exactly in that moment the lines that he was going to pull on a healed person to make them believe that he was like on their level. And he goes on to specifically say, I do this on purpose because I want a person to like me a lot more than they initially do. He basically wants to string someone along and get them codependent on him for him to not even commit. I'm pretty sure that's where that leads. Okay? Because if you're just out here playing people simply for them to like you better, then you should go work on yourself and find someone who truly just likes you for being you, and you not having to be a lying, manipulative narcissist. Okay? So yeah, we're going to that point because that's what I'm saying. Somebody want to come in, they want to dress something up, and they want to come off relatable. And it's going to be the most surface level things. That's what I mean. You're going to come and you're going to, have a conversations about tarot cards and crystals with me? No, I don't. I don't talk about that shit outside of my videos. Okay? That's not what I want to talk to you about. Let's talk about some real shit, And if you don't, then don't, because I'm always be able to see through it. My shit don't come from textbooks. It comes from my intuition. And just like I can read straight through these cards and energy, I can read through you, whether you're in front of me through a phone or, just wishing bad on the screen. Watch yourself, right? Don't, again, like I told you, don't play about yourself. I don't play about myself. Because playing about myself got me stuck. So, moving forward, you have the world. Ooh, closing out that cycle. Wipes hands, dries them off, done. You ain't got to stay stuck in places that you have not even contributed to. I'm not going to stay stuck in conflict and feel like I need to take on things that I didn't play no part into. Don't get me stuck in your shit because you feel stuck, because you're trapped and you don't know how to get out. You should have never gotten yourself into it. Because if you would have came to me from the beginning, I would have told you to never even walk through the door. But it's hard for people to do that when they feel like you pulling a them on them. That's why you have to understand how things reflect and mirror. A person treated you that way because that's how they treat people. They put that mindset and that perspective on who they thought you were because that's who they are. Again, you sitting here, you think that I'm doing witchcraft and wishing bad on you, then you don't know me. And that obviously means that's how low and degrading you would go. But I'm not. And again, you can't force that on me. You can't make me become that. You can't manipulate my reality to push me into ever being that. I'm always going to let you go and cut the cord before I start losing myself up in anything with anyone, right? And because, again, you hold that same energy for yourself, a lot of people is stuck and back at square one. It's a funny thing thinking that you've climbed a ladder so high only to fall and trip back on your ass at the bottom. Somebody thinking they gonna take a elevator to the top. Oh, smooth ride. You never thought about that motherfucker stopping and getting stuck, did you? You over here laughing because somebody had to take 28 flights of stairs up to the top. And there ain't no way they're going to be able to do that. Oh, again, people underestimating the God that you serve and the faith and foundation that you stand on. Because what I used to say, people, they count us out in our off season and they think that we ain't working out and building muscle. No, and then summer come around and you realize we ain't playing with your ass. So, somebody about to get crossed up here, and that I don't know why they even thought that they could come to your game and play you. Why you think you gonna come to my home court playing my sport and think you about to outdo me? Ever, never, no. Because now this is like some copycat energy. Somebody thought that they was just gonna take your whole persona, character, and what you do, and thought that they was gonna do it better. You can't do it better than the originator. This only gets better over time because it's authentic growth. It's not artificial. The fuck? Just because your shit don't expire and it stay looking the same every single time, don't mean that it's gonna age well with life. So, your combined energy, so we can close this thing out, is the High Priestess and the Eight of Swords. Ooh, that intuition got somebody stuck. Somebody like, how the hell do they know? How did they figure out? Well, the truth is, you don't even know everything that this person has done. But look how this card just concluded us so beautifully. How you want to look at being caged in? How do you want to look at this place that people have put you in? Ain't nobody put you in that place but God, but yourself. Again, ain't nobody more powerful than God. So if anybody thinks that they're messing up what God has for you, they're highly mistaken. So continue to listen to your intuition. And again, you may feel like you stuck in this moment or you can't see a way forward, but really this moment of being held back in delays is purposeful. And it's going to play the biggest part into what you're stepping into. Embrace it. Be proud of it. All right. So let me pull some Kipper cards and see what's going on. And then I promise we're going to wrap this up because it's just a lot of little sneaky energy going on here. And it's just like, you miserable people don't have enough to pay attention to. Isn't your like reality getting crappier every day? Like, why? It gets crappier every day because they still not paying attention to their own shit. Bad health. Ooh, somebody having some issues. Somebody has issues with the Page of Wands because they tried to do something that they shouldn't have done with this Page of Wands. Somebody is messing with candle magic. Playing with fire and thinking you ain't gonna get burned. Yeah. You know what? I really don't feel like this message pertains to us specifically, but I'm going to say it just because I feel like it's been coming up for the last 4 days. That was specific. There's something around a house fire. See, could barely even say it. A house fire. It's an emphasis on a house fire. Or what is a fire? A fire makes me think of acid reflux, a heart attack. I don't think a fire would make me think of a stroke, but like a heart attack. I don't know. This is something's wrong with someone's health, but it's because of what they've been doing. And again, it's just something around a house fire, because bad health is 31 and it's a 4 with the Page of Wands. It's like somebody started off doing something small but completely got out of control, and now it has like backfired and is affecting their own foundation. And like I said, I don't feel like the house fire is for you. But damn, why does that keep coming up? Okay, in the past you have the Nine of Swords with the mature man. Ooh, who is that? A 5, someone trying to change something because of how they're seen. Like someone did not want to be exposed for something. And then you know what popped in my head? Drake's child's play. That's someone who's not serious. Like maybe someone who presents themselves to be mature but is very immature or young-minded. The mature man could also be a father figure here. There's lies around a father figure. Or a mature man, a father, grandfather, baby daddy. Either they're lying or there's lies around it here. Okay, learning currently, strength has changed. A 9. Yeah, something's closing out, and I feel like you have moved, or you're moving into a completely different place within yourself, like within your life, within your confidence. You have the Star in unexpected income and moving forward energy. Now, it tried to come out reversed. I don't read reversals, but that's telling me in the past somebody was playing with your money. Somebody was playing with your recognition. That's what I'm saying. It's giving me the vibe that someone was trying to manipulate your reality, like mentally. So maybe what you were feeling, seeing, or believing wasn't really even what was happening, but your mind kept telling you that's what it is, right? It's like when we are triggered, and it may be by a completely different person, but it takes us back to that one place that made you become triggered from it, and then you start putting that narrative off on the next person, right? So Like if you was cheated on in the past and then you move into a new relationship and the first time that person don't answer the phone, you automatically think that they're cheating. Like if you're not paying attention to who that person really is, if they're not showing you the same signs that the past did, then you can't put that perspective onto them. And I think that's the balance that you have brought into your present moment now. You're really starting to weigh up, is this shit really what I think it is, or is this trying to show me something different, right? It's like I said in the beginning, on the patio, I was like, damn, I'm behind bars right now. Like, is this restricting me? Well, yeah, it is, because at the same time, it's protecting me from falling my black ass off the patio, How are you going to choose to see things? And I'm pretty sure when you start to look at something in a different way, it's going to start making sense. Okay? Somebody literally caught you in the past right on your peak of greatness and took it from you by getting in your head. Don't let this person get back in your head. If they are in trouble, if they don't have something, if they need something, if they need you, they going to have to figure it out. They've been figuring it out this far. They can figure it out moving forward. And if you can't make it without somebody, you got codependent issues and you still need to go work on yourself alone. Don't sit up here and be prideful and feel like it's a compliment that somebody needs you so bad. Hell no. I'm going to need you to know how to walk without me holding you up. Because if not, you're slowing me down. The fuck? So, what's hidden? You have the Knight of Pentacles and Privileged Lady. Yeah, somebody been trying to keep you from something that puts you into a privilege. Whether that's a status, whether that's a lifestyle, whether that's materialistic things, but I feel like this is your rank within life, within, again, your ancestry in some kind of way, which would then go into inheritance. Something you've inherited through a bloodline, through your father's bloodline specifically. You have the world with child, a completion of a cycle. Again, something's closing out from your childhood, but also if you have a child, it is connected to that, because karma continues to push down and follow through. That's how we have generational trauma and curses and things like that. There's something that you've closed out, but it's something that you have specifically experienced in your childhood. Now, I don't feel like this is something that you're completely aware of, because this world card is like dreamy. This is something's going to be revealed or has been revealed within your dreams. So the child is also birthing something new into existence, something that you have pretty much have all like laid out. It's a 9, a 18, and a 9 is when you have that baby, right? You've been preparing, and you've been what you don't need to do nothing else but wait till your water break and it's go time, okay? So you're birthing something, whether you're having a child physically or not. And somebody could be pregnant here and wants you to feel bad for them for being in that situation. Girl, and nobody tell you to lay on your back and get pregnant, okay? Then nobody tell you to get pregnant by them or be stuck in a situation that you shouldn't have been stuck in. Again, people want you to feel bad. You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. Ain't no cover, ain't no clearing that up. People thinking they covering dark secrets. Somebody lying about a daddy, a grandfather, or a baby daddy. And it has something to do with a child or your childhood. And there's something owed to you, but because there's been lies around this father figure, you ain't been able to see or understand or even have an awareness of this unexpected income. Y'all, this is still a 9. Okay? We got 999 here. Change, unexpected income, a child. The fuck? You want to play with me? We have bad health, which is a 4, and a mature man, which is a 5. Another 9. 9 is divisible by 3. Play with me if you want to. Pieces of the puzzles coming together, whether people like it or not. Whether they think that they about to keep you stuck, God gonna be like, you know what? They can go back and forth all day. I'm still gonna reveal the truth to them. It's just like I said in the beginning. You had to distance yourself from these people, whether you made a choice to or God pushed you into a position of having to. And whether or not you ready to see this or it be revealed, it's going to happen, because now is your time to go into your position in life. No more playing small for these people who don't want to choose to have purpose. These people are in poverty when you are stepping into wealth. Sudden wealth. Wealth is not just money. Again, a lot of people took what I said way too literal in my last reading. Oh, they're going to pay up. I don't give a flying flamingo. I mean, yeah, give me my money. If you stole from me, yeah, you damn right, give me my money, because that's how shit stays stable in this dimension. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't want nobody. I don't care for your money. I never wanted it, never needed it, still don't. But if it's money that's owed to me that you took, give me my shit. But this poverty, again, a 7, 8, 9, a 37. People have to learn lessons the hard way. And what, again, wishing that on you, wishing struggle, wishing poverty on you, only put them in that mindset themselves. And I'll tell you right now, only the strong survive in scenarios like that. A lot of people ain't gonna make it in this next phase, because you put out things that you could not even bear yourself. How dare you wish something on someone that you wouldn't even be able to handle 10 minutes of? We've been doing this for lifetimes, baby. We've been doing this for decades. And you can't even sit in it for a day or two? Oh, you need to get you some God, because that's the only thing that can help you. Not me, not the next person, God. And if you don't want to follow through on that, then hey, you might as well give on up, because this is a battle you ain't never going to win. You ain't never going to have true wealth in life. True wealth and health and anything worth having if it don't stem from being rooted within God, from being rooted in a foundation off of faith. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to end it. But I love y'all. And again, thank you for showing up, for thugging it through with me if you have made it this far. There's a lot of things coming out, and it may come with a lot of emotions. I'm feeling it. I've been having my moments. But we're going to get through this together. We've been through worse. We've been through harder. This sadness, this is coming up so we can pass it. Okay? God doesn't want you stepping into this next phase of your life that you truly deserve and are supposed to indulge in your fulfillment, because again, you put in the work for it. It's not meant to be distracted by destruction and things that you had no parts in. You know, and again, that's the beauty, and that's what I stand confidently today, because in the last 6 years, everything and everyone that's tried to truly tear me down and get me out and take me out and everything else, like, you're going to be left there realizing that you was playing with yourself, that you was putting out things to a person who was just there, just taking it. You're never going to get that back from me. I'm never going to give you that energy. That's not who I am. So I say it a lot, and I'm going to say it again. Always, always thank you to those people, to those things, to those times, to those situations. I became such a beautiful person from it, and I'm sure you did too. And that's all that matters. The past don't define you. Those people don't define you. Those situations don't define you. That's part of my story now. That's part of my legacy now. And it sucks that you will have to live within someone's legacy as the villain. But if you place yourself there, play your role, know your role, and stay in your place. All right? I love y'all, and I'll talk to you in our next session. Bye.